change can feel overwhelming and even scary, especially when you're navigating a new chapter in your life. But if I told you that by creating a safe space for yourself, you could turn that fear into desire and growth? In this video, I'm going to explore 5 ways that you can create that physical, emotional, and mental space to embrace change with confidence and grace. If this is a topic that's of interest, please stick around, because this might actually transform the way that you embrace change going forward. Hi, for anyone new, I am Tania. I am a coach and therapist, and I empower women over the age of 40 to love themselves unconditionally and thrive in whichever transition they may be going through in life. And within this video, as I said, there's going to be 5 practical steps for you to actually create that safe space. And the last one is about the mindset shift that will make all the difference for you. So the first step is acknowledge the need for change. Now, there is this saying that in life there's only 2 certain things, and that is death and taxes. But there is a third one, and that is change. We are constantly evolving and changing on a daily basis. Every cell in our body is regenerating. Every thought and belief and behavior is changing over time. And it is within us the power to actually shape and take control of the change, rather than change happening to us, for us to reframe that and see it as the opportunity that we get to change. We get to become a better version of ourselves. Now, there's 3 steps or 3 prerequisites for change to be more empowering and for you to actually control some of the kind of outcomes of it. And the first is that you need to want to change, and that is you taking the time, the space to look at how your life is, and if it is not living up to the expectations or it's not bringing you joy and the contentment, it's about you acknowledging that things have to change. So then that creates there is a desire, there is a want to change. Then there also needs to be a willingness to change, because wanting to change and being willing to change are 2 different things. It's quite subtle, but they're different. But then there's a third step. You also need to be willing to take the action to make change happen, because you're not just going to sit and sort of like self-reflect and realize, yeah, things need to change, and therefore it's just going to change. Even if it is about shifting your mental state, it's about you doing the inner work to shift, to become aware of what your thoughts, what your narrative is. Then it's about acknowledging and accepting it. And then it's about articulating it to diffuse the energy and power of it. And then about challenging it for the change to actually take place. So you're still putting effort in doing the work. It just might be a different kind of way that you're doing that. And this is about recognizing that change is a natural part of life. But it's about you shifting your mindset about seeing it as a positive thing, that you get to change rather than you are having to change. It's a different way that you show up. And this is where, take some time, journal. What are the things in your life that are no longer serving you, that you want to make some changes? It might be mental, it might be physical. You might want to exercise more, eat better, introduce some changes. You might want to socialize more, or you might want to change your socialization with other people. It's about identifying what for you are the areas that you want to actually change, in order for your life to have the joy, meaning, and contentment that you're actually seeking. The second step is about creating a physical space that creates that calmness, and it enables you and inspires you to do the self-reflection, do the inner work, and then put the practical steps into place. Now, your environment is really important. You may have the room and space that you can declutter and create an area where it is your like Zen den and you can just chill and center yourself. Or it might mean that there isn't space indoors, but you might have a garden or a balcony that you can go to, and you can actually have a chair or a stool and you can actually sit, or even a yoga mat, and just sit in that location and just center yourself and be present and give yourself permission to sort of tap into what your desires, needs and wants are at that moment in time. Now, it also might mean that there is a physical location outdoors. There is a special walk or a park or the beach or up a mountain. There could be somewhere where it resonates deeply with you that you can actually make the point of visiting as frequently as and often as you're able to, and you use that as your safe space where you can actually tap in and do the inner work, because a lot of this is about you tapping inwards and reflecting in order to make the changes that you want to happen. And our brain is the most wonderful tool at our disposal, where even if you've not got an uncluttered space, you can actually just sort of make the conscious decision, this is the chair that I'm going to sit in, and I am going to actually use this space to actually journal, reflect, do the inner work. It's all a state of mind. So either declutter or identify where that space for you is going to be, but that is where you actually do a lot of this inner work. Then the third step is about setting boundaries to protect your energy. I've mentioned boundaries before, where it's a sense of showing self-respect and love and care to yourself, because you need to fill your cup, and I've got a cup here, so you need to fill your cup to the brim, and then once your battery is full, your cup is full, then you've got energy to be present for the people in your life, for your co-workers, for your family, for your extended community. You can actually turn up as your best version. But where your cup is depleted, you need to fill that in for yourself. It's not about you being unkind by saying no to things in order to protect your energy. There might be some days where you might have not slept great, or there might have been some disturbance which broke your sleep, even if you naturally would sleep great. And as a result, your battery might be at like a half battery rather than the full battery. And as a result, you need to take care of your needs first. You can't just be there for everyone else, because then you're just going to end up burning out, overwhelming yourself, stressing yourself out. And that is far from what we want to actually feel and experience in life. So saying no is a sign of self-respect, and it's about protecting your energy. And this is Tony Robbins has got this kind of phrase that he says, hell yes. So if someone asks you to do something, gives you a request or wants to meet up, unless it's a hell yes that you are like, yeah, I really want to do this, then give yourself permission to say no. Or to say, I need a few days to think about it before I come back and provide an answer, yes or no. Give yourself the space. Don't see that as a negative, and don't see that as that you're letting people down. As women over the age of 40 have a tendency to want to people please and be there for everyone else, but we don't prioritize ourselves. So this is your chance and your opportunity to actually be there for you. So by saying no, or by saying I need some time to think about it, you're protecting your energy by creating those healthy boundaries. Now, the step 4 is about embracing your emotions without judgments. Our feelings are going to be waves. We're going to have troughs and we're going to have peaks. And what we want is to be able to navigate these emotions. We want to become aware of them. We want to acknowledge those emotions. Don't suppress them and try and sort of avoid them. Articulate them to sort of diffuse the power. None of these emotions are permanent. minute by acknowledging and accepting them, that yeah, maybe today I'm actually in a low mood. I don't have as much energy as I would like to, or someone said something and it triggered me. And it's about giving yourself permission to acknowledge that that is how you're actually feeling, but then give yourself that space to be able to challenge it, to sort of say, okay, is that what I feel every single day? Is that a feeling that sort of is permanent? And if not, then sort of like put it into context, give yourself a different kind of sort of perspective. But the non-judgment is really vitally important. When you're seeing what that emotion is, when you become aware of it, if a friend of yours or a child of yours or a family member of yours was to express that emotion, how would you respond back to them? Would you be self-critical, judgmental and harsh? Or would you be kind and compassionate? Would you be empathetic? Well, you're with you 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week. You're with you the whole time. So why not be kind and compassionate to yourself? Become aware of what the feelings are, but don't judge them. Acknowledge them, diffuse them, challenge them, and then they'll change. And before you realise it, that little trough will become either a flat of a wave or it'll start moving in an upward direction. So this is about you sort of like acknowledging and being kind to yourself. The fifth step is about cultivating a supportive model. You become your own cheerleader. I love that phrase, but I know that for some of you, cheerleader is just too rah, rah, rah. Whatever you want that to be. Your best friend, your encouraging and loving partner, whatever you want to sort of like give that part of you that a title, a role, because at the end of the day, the most powerful space is the one that we create within our own mind, because as I've said, we're with ourselves 24/7, and by shifting that inner dialogue for it to be kind, and rather than it being self-doubt, criticizing, judgmental, for it to be kind and compassionate and loving and caring. And it's about embracing change as the opportunity rather than a threat or a discomfort or something that we want to avoid. Instead, seeing it as the opportunity that we get to grow and expand and become a better version of ourselves. And therefore, you can use affirmations, you can use whatever is going to work for you, but it's about you giving yourself that space, that time for you to go inwards and figure out what's going to work for you. So creating a safe space emotionally, physically and mentally is the foundation for you to embrace change with courage, with grace, and to make it an inspiring and empowering experience, because it's within our gift to sort of like shift the way that we actually think about change. So if this video and the steps that I've mentioned within it have been of value and you've enjoyed this type of content, please like and subscribe. If you think someone in your life would actually benefit from hearing my kind of take on things, then please share this with them. Now, remember, we have all got choices in life, so please choose wisely and go out and seize the day. Have the most amazing day, whatever you're actually going to do. So until the next one, bye.